The polar bear, also known as the white bear or Bear ursus maritimus, is a mammal that lives in the Arctic region. Polar bears have thick and soft fur, capable of retaining heat well in the limited conditions of cold environments. Their fur color is usually white or light yellow, helping them blend into the snow-covered environment. Their noses are usually black, and they may have black markings in their eyes and ears. Polar bears are one of the largest bear species, with weights that can range from hundreds to more than half a ton. They have a body length from head to tail that is usually 2 to 3 meters with a short tail. Polar bears have strong bodies with large paws and powerful claws, which help them move on ice, snow, and rocks. They have large heads with rounded noses and small ears, which help reduce heat loss from the body. Polar bears have the ability to store large amounts of fat in their bodies to keep warm and provide energy when food is scarce in cold environments. Polar bears are mammals that live in the Arctic region, including the North Pole of North America, the Arctic Circle, northern Russia, and around the South Pole of South America. They mainly live in cold environments with snow and ice, but can also occur in rocky areas and winter seas. The main habitat of polar bears is the East Sea, ice sheets and floating ice fields. They are adapted to extremely cold and harsh environments, with low temperatures and strong winds. Polar bears can also occur in inland areas near the coast, where they can hunt and feed on food sources such as fish, seafood, and other animals. Polar bears are able to adapt to changing habitats by adapting their hunting and ice-traveling lifestyles. They often swim among the ice to hunt and move between areas. Polar bears are primarily predators. They hunt prey mainly in the eastern sea and on snow and ice. Their main prey is seals, but also includes fish, fat from seafood, even impala. Although polar bears' primary diet is meat, they can also eat plant foods such as small forests, savanna grasses, and seagrass berries. Polar bears have the ability to store large amounts of fat in their bodies to maintain energy and keep warm in extremely cold weather conditions. Polar bears are good swimmers and often swim between ice floes to hunt prey or move to new areas. They can defeat seals by wading under drainage holes, where seals often have to surface to breathe. Polar bears have a diet that changes depending on the season. During the summer, they may hunt on the shore, and during the winter, they hunt mainly on the ice. Polar bears usually live alone, except when mother and cub are present or during mating season. They may bury food for later use, especially during the summer when food sources become scarce. Polar bears live mainly in cold environments with snow and ice, as well as on floating ice floes in the East Sea. They move between areas to hunt, search for food, and between ice sheets to find mating partners. Polar bears have a mating season, which usually takes place in the spring or summer. During this period, males frequently establish independent zones to attract the attention of females. Fights between males may occur to determine power and rights in mating. Once the female has chosen a partner, the pair will perform the mating process. The polar bear's pregnancy lasts about 8 months. The female will give birth to 1 or 2 young, usually in winter, usually in a snow cave or on floating ice. Female bears take great care of their cubs, providing them with milk and protecting them from dangers. Female bears often stay with their cubs for long periods of time, teaching them how to hunt and live in the harsh Arctic environment. Bear cubs and their mother usually stay together for 2 to 3 years before becoming independent. After the upbringing period, the cub becomes independent and begins its own life. The average lifespan of polar bears is about 25 to 30 years in the wild. However, some females can live up to 40 years or more. Polar bears participate in a reproductive cycle, and this process has a significant influence on population regulation and habitat balance. The reproductive success of bears can influence the number of individuals in a given area, influencing food sources and regulating other species in the food chain. Polar bears may collide with other species in the area, especially when hunting. This can create a complex interaction within the animal community. Seals are one of the main prey items for polar bears. The level of bear predation can have an effect on the seal population, and conversely, the number of seals can affect the bear's ability to hunt. Polar bears often move between sea and land areas, connecting different parts of the Arctic ecosystem. Their use of both marine and terrestrial environments can affect both marine and terrestrial ecosystems. While polar bears, as symbols of the Arctic region, play an important role in ecological balance and food chains, these animals are also facing serious challenges from climate change and loss of life habitat. Living mainly on snow and ice sheets, polar bears contribute significantly to the Arctic ecosystem through their reproductive cycles and hunting role. However, the effects of reduced snowpack, changes in food sources, and habitat loss are posing a major risk to the survival of this species and the larger ecosystem. To protect polar bears and maintain the health of the Arctic ecosystem, there must be a focus on research, sustainable management, and habitat protection to ensure that this iconic Arctic region continues to play an important role in the natural balance of our planet.